You want to succeed as a creative. Then it's time to start redefining what your version of success looks like, what it means for you. In this video, I'm going to share with you my unpopular opinions about what it actually takes to succeed as a creative. Little hint, if you're measuring your success by things outside of yourself, you're doing it wrong. In this video, I'm going to explain how we really need to start shifting our perspective and start redefining how we measure our success. And I'm also going to give you 3 tips so that you can start figuring out what your version of success looks like. So let's get straight into it. What if I told you that most of us are actually measuring our success by completely the wrong metrics? One of my mentors once said to me something that's transformed the way I view success, which is success is a byproduct of who you are being. Just let that land for a minute. It means that it's not about what you have, it's not about your achievements, it's not about what you do, it's actually about who you're being in the process. In the world of social media, we're told that success is a number. You know, it's how many followers you have, it's how many likes you have, it's how many people are paying attention, it's how many thousands of dollars that you make every month. But what if we've got it all backwards? Like, what if none of that actually matters? And what actually matters is in here, like how you feel inside. If you can feel proud of yourself, if you can feel like you've got your own back, if you can back yourself and believe in yourself no matter what the external world is saying, that's unshakable. No one can take that away from you. Followers, likes, money, it can all disappear in a heartbeat. But if you can create that feeling of being successful from inside of you, no one can take that away from you except you. All right, so tip number 1 is it's time to challenge your assumptions about success. Okay, so get prepared to get a little bit real with yourself, because I can guarantee that you've got all these assumptions about what success is and whether or not you've got those things or done those things or achieved those things. And I bet there's a whole bunch of things on that list that you don't actually want, that you've just absorbed and taken on from the world around you, telling you what success looks like. So my first tip is to do a motivation analysis. And what I mean by this is start looking at the things that you think that you want and why you want them. What's your motivation? I want you to grab your journal, grab a pen, and answer the question, how am I currently defining success? Like, is it a number? Is it an arbitrary metric that you feel you need to achieve in order to be successful? Like a certain number of followers or a certain number of likes on your content or a certain amount of money. And if it is a certain amount of money, why that? You know, I went through this period where I got absorbed in the online frenzy of like, I'm going to have a 10K month. I'm going to have a 100K a year. I was like, I don't know if I even need that amount of money. Like, why do I want that money? Is it a particular thing? You know, Tim Ferriss talks about mapping out our dreams and breaking them down into how much those dreams actually cost and then making that our goal. And that just makes so much sense. So look at your definition of success and ask yourself, why have I decided that that is the definition of success? Is that my truth, or is that what I've been told success looks like? So many of us are striving for these figures that we believe mean that we would be successful. Like, I've got to have 1 million followers. I've got to have 1,000 likes on my content. It doesn't matter. Like, it's not what we're actually going for. We're going for the feeling that we think is going to come from having those things. You know, we want to feel loved. We want to feel free. We want to feel safe. We want to feel heard. And things are never going to give us that. That has to be something that comes from inside of us. Otherwise, it's always going to be able to be taken away. So, tip number 2. Now it's time to start designing your life around what success actually feels like. What does winning really look like for you? So here's the deal. Success is totally up to you. It's actually about the choices that you make every single day. Do those choices make you feel like a boss, or do they make you doubt yourself? Do they make you go, oh, I'm never going to get anywhere because I can't even do the thing? And don't start big, like start small. Choose one habit, one behavior, one daily action that is going to make you feel like, oh, I'm actually doing the thing. I showed up. I did it, even though I had all these excuses and all these parts of myself and all these reasons why I can't be bothered, I shouldn't do it, it's never going to get me anywhere, blah, 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 blah. That's not a success mindset. It gets a bit overwhelming when you're trying to do all the things at once. when you look at where you are and look at where you want to be and you think, fuck, I've got a long way to go, that's demoralizing. So my hot tip is to break it down. Look at where you are, keep the vision of where you want to be, and then look at it as a daily practice. What do I need to do today to be that person? Because that's much more manageable. And when you see yourself showing up each and every day to be that better version of yourself and to do the things and to show up to your creative practice when you really don't want to and all of those things, you can start feeling the embodiment and the energy of success on a daily basis. And that's going to keep you going over the long term. So what I started doing was I started writing a daily success list, like a daily list of not just tasks, but habits, behaviors, ways of being that would make me get to the end of that day and feel like I've won. So it includes lifestyle stuff. It includes stuff I need to get done. It includes how I want to show up for myself. And I started seeing myself doing things on a regular basis, on a daily basis. And I've really noticed that my sense of pride and my sense of self-belief has just expanded. And that means that I'm doing things that I've been putting off for a really, really long time. Like, I don't know, starting a YouTube channel. Like this idea of a daily wins list, a daily success list. It's such a great way to start building that muscle and showing up for yourself on a regular basis, which is going to keep you going over the long run, because every day you can have that feeling of, I win. It's not just something that's attached to these major big things that you think you need to do in order to feel that. You can start feeling that on a daily basis. So take it, use it, let me know how it feels. Chuck it in the comments if you give it a go. I would love to hear your experience. Okay, so tip 3 is whatever you want to bring to the world, start by being it first. There's a buzzword floating around the internet at the moment, which I'm going to use. Don't cringe. But it's this idea of embodiment. Embodiment means a tangible or visible form of an idea, quality, or feeling. Like, what if instead of believing you're never going to be successful because of the system, or because of your upbringing, or because of your parents, or because you don't have enough likes, followers, money, resources, whatever it is? What if instead of focusing on all of that, we started doing the things that make us feel confident and powerful? Like, think of a time you felt successful. Notice how your posture was. Notice the thoughts that were running through your head. Notice the emotions you were feeling. Notice how alive and confident and powerful you felt. That is success. And the more things we can do to embody and feel that feeling and then create from that space, that's how we create success, not the other way around. So the first thing you need to do if you want to succeed as a creative is really start building your self-belief. You need to start doing things for yourself that make you feel confident and powerful. You know, it might be lifestyle things, it might be habits, it might be things that you need to let go of. But you need to start really identifying the things that you do on a daily basis that either bring you more aliveness and more self-belief or pull away from that. And start shifting and changing your habits and behaviors to become more aligned with that confident, powerful, alive, magnetic version of you. Because especially walking the path of a creative, the world is going to throw a million curveballs at you. We're essentially going against the way that society has worked up until now. And that means that most people aren't going to understand. They might think you're crazy. They might tell you it's a waste of time. They might tell you to grow up and get a real job. But we need to get to that place where we're like, no, because my life is more than that. You know, this thing that I need to do means more to me than external validation, external accumulation of things and stuff and material, whatever. It's actually, I need to do this because it's who I am. That's success. So in case you missed it, make sure you go back and check out my last video where I was talking about my controversial ideas about what it takes to actually make money as a creative. And make sure you tune in next week because I'm going to be sharing my #1 tip to move through any creative block. And it is not what you think. I really hope you've got some serious value out of this video because I feel like this is a big one. We put so much pressure on ourselves, and if we can start shifting our perspective and embodying that feeling of success on a daily basis, I feel like that can actually change so much for so many people. So please like, share, subscribe, get this message out there. I really feel like it can help so many people. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. So thank you so much. Mwah.